Let's spill that tea. Humble tea it is. It's that time of week for some more humble tea. And this week, I don't know. Again, go with what's going on with me, what I think. And so it's a little bit of a deeper one. Something, things that I've noticed, and I want to help people, and it's the steps, of knowing a break, like I've talked about, that anxiety isn't something we get over, breakdowns and stuff, but there's ways to help make it easier, and so that's what I want to talk about. Also, there was some updates. Really need to start writing these down, but you just start writing these down. But sometimes it's you think about things and it's you're nowhere near paper. I watch my niece, and so it's I think about it, and then by the time I get to write it down, I forget to write it down. Kind of a thing. Don't think about it, but but anyways, that I do want to do a review on soon is How I Met Your Father. That show is freaking hilarious. And now I want to watch How I Met Your Mother. But yeah, I love Hilary Duff and Josh Peck. Yeah, Josh Peck. And I forget her name, but she played Adrienne in Secret Life. And just the whole cast is amazing. I think it's hilarious, and I can't wait to see what happens next. And yeah. Also, it is old, but a friend's comment I want to say is, they say this thing about how good it was, and it was okay. Don't get me wrong. They had the different types of birth to show women that no matter what, you're strong, and there's all different types of having a baby. Phoebe was a surrogate for her brother, and Rachel was a single mother, and Monica and Chandler adopted. On the whole Rachel thing, yes, very much so. Her and Ross were not together, so by all means, she was single, and she was a mother. So she's a single mother. The other thing I have to say about this, though, is, yes, she was a single mother, but she always, for the longest time, she lived with Ross. They weren't together. She was single, yes, but they all were under the same roof. Emma, Ross, and Rachel. So, she had, and some single moms are, there's all different types. But, I don't know. It was just starting when I was thinking about it and all this stuff, but, I guess, it definitely helped. That definitely was more growth for Rachel, taking care of another life, and then, she did end up going and moving back in with Joey, with Emma, and stuff like that, but, I don't know, it was just, yeah, she was single, by all means, she was single, but, also, a lot of times, it's she still had the father's help, and by all means, he was always there, and to do it, I don't know. Actually, no, that was my point. That, by all means, she was a single mother. I'm not discrediting, I'm not taking away nothing. But, it's what, I don't see, you see that, but you don't see this a lot, is really, Rachel and Ross, they co-parented. They, I guess you could say, really, I guess, showed that, emphasized that, show that how because, Ross offered to marry her, and he's well, he goes, yeah, it's what you do. She goes, yeah, you're in love, when you're in love, but we're not in love, are we, Ross? And he's well, no, but, blah, 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 and so, they didn't just get married because she was pregnant, Yes, at the end of the series, they do get back together, and it's said that probably they do get married, you know, it's down the line, but still, they didn't do it just because she was pregnant. They co-parented. He was there for her, and, you know, like, they, you know, whatever it was, like, you know, Emma saw both grandparents, and, you know, she was with her dad some of the time, so with her mom some of the time, so, that was my whole point today. Stop rambling about that, but I don't know, those little things, just like also, I don't get the whole David situation, like, I get the whole opposites and stuff, but I didn't like the vibe of David. I don't know, he was cool, and he was nerdy, and he was kind of cute, and whatever, but then also, like, he was kind of annoying, and then people, like, they thought the Mike thing was forced, but honestly, I love that storyline, because it made sense. I mean, like, Joey's still going to do it, like, he still wants to, once he figures it out, he's Joey, you know, like, you know, he's thinking about pizza and girls, and, like, he gets distracted, like, so, like, I just love that, like, he goes in there, and he's like, Mike, you know, it's just, like, it was, like, one of those things, it was, like, everything happens for a reason, it was just cute, and then Mike's there, I mean, it could have gone different ways, like, Mike and, Phoebe's date for Joey could have both liked each other, but they didn't. Mike liked Phoebe, and it was just to show something. It was just different, and it was cute, and I like it. But yeah, I don't know. I really like that, and so yeah, that was my point. But getting on to a more deeper thing. So it a couple days ago came to my attention. Realizing the signs during a break, and you're not gonna realize it sometimes when you're at that point, you know, it's gonna be afterwards that you're, oh crap, I was this far gone, and I didn't know it. I was this far gone, and you think, okay, how can I prevent that? How, you know, whatever the case may be, how do I not do that again? You're gonna break. You're gonna have moments, but do not let yourself go that far. I had to say, me, so a few days ago, you know, doing things that I do, you know, normal, everyday things, I remembered of a time that, just something very minuscule made me just break down crying. Just break down, like, I swear, break down crying. And, like, it was just a chair, and the way the chair was making the noise, and the way it made me feel. And I just thought, you know, emotional, just, you know, whatever, just at the time. But I look back at it, or it entered my head, and I guess that's why, so I could kind of talk it out. It entered my head that I was really far gone, you know, that something so minuscule that I never really ever, it didn't matter. It was nothing, but in any other time, it wouldn't, you know, bother me. And I'm sorry, mess with my filter if you notice, like, a pop. Try not to move it, but my cat came in. Anyways, but yeah, like, so, like I said, sometimes you're too far gone, your brain can't comprehend that, so you can think about it, but sometimes it's easier once you've already experienced that, you know, like, to, you know, maybe go and write that down, so then when you're kind of going through this, and you're like, what? You know, because even when you're breaking down and you're crying, you still have that, like, in the back of your head, like, why am I crying? Or I say, whatever it is, sometimes your head can tell you, okay, why am I doing this? Like, you still, I don't know, you question it, but sometimes it's just, so it's like, if you've gone through that and you can kind of, like, tell yourself, like, hey, like, okay, hold on, let's step back. Let's think about this. And, maybe it's, you need to just take some time for yourself, and, and just try to figure out what is it that's emotional. What can you do to change, to fix whatever's going on? And, yeah. So, but, I don't know, it was just, I've been reliving it again in kind of that same situation, and it was just kind of surreal, just, like, thinking, like, because, okay, it was having a shower, and, there's this chair, and it, like, makes noise, you get up, and, it was, like, I don't know, like, those chairs, like, inflate whenever you sit down, and, like, make this noise. It doesn't even do it anymore, but one time, because I just kept making a noise, and noise usually kind of irritates me, like, I'll hear it any other time, like, anyone that would sit on it would make this noise, and it just kind of irks on you. You know how sometimes, like, noise is just, like, grind, can kind of just, some people irritates more than others, others irritate them more, but, there's, like, there's actually a thing, my mom was telling us, I forgot, but anyways, it, noises bug people, certain noises, too much, whatever, anyways, but this particular time, it just got to me so bad that I just broke down crying, and so this other day, the memory popped in, and I don't know, like, I just sit and think, and I'm just like, why? But why? Like, there was no reason, like, it doesn't, like, because thought it was making the noise more so because of me, because I'm heavy, so it's doing it more so, and like it was calling me that, but yeah, so, but we all have those insecurities, those things in our head. Yeah. And maybe there was a little bit that was, driving me crazy about that because I'm heavy and big or something. And I want to change it, so maybe it was a whole mix of things. I was already emotional. And then that was coming into my head. So it was like just all playing together that I broke down. And that's how the enemy gets in and breaks you. And so if you can stop it ahead of time, I would have known, hey, how I was feeling this way, and, shifted, but I was like, it's like you're already in that bad place, so then if you get pushed over, it's just, you're in that deep end, and it's hard to get out. But just know you're not alone, whether you have family, friends, whoever it is, and also take time for yourself. I can't emphasize that enough, how much just like going on a walk, writing in your journal, reading a book, taking a nice soaking bath, use warm tub, have a face mask that soaks, listen to music, just jamming out to music in your room, like blasted, give yourself your own private concert, just sing like nobody is listening, and just let out those emotions, listen to those emotional songs of how you feel, and cry about it, and then listen to the happy ones and just dance like no one's watching. Just let it out. Watch a movie. Because it'll be a lot better than letting them demons eat away at you and just pick and gnaw and poke and pry and everything at you. Because the more they do, the harder it is to dig yourself out the hole. You can, but the quicker you get a hold of it and you realize, hey, okay, then the easier it is to walk away, to not fall into that hole, or jump out of it, to not go deep and deep and deeper. Like I said, you're gonna slip, you're gonna fall, you're going to break down. We're human, we're not perfect, but knowing the signs, and everyone's different, everyone has different triggers, everyone has different things to let go of, that they need to move past. Some is easy, some is hard, but also having someone to talk to. Don't hold everything in. The more you hold in and you bottle up, it's like you take, compressed air, you have it all control, like, eventually it's going to bust. Like, it's going to explode. You put a Mentos, you did that project in school in science, put a Mentos in a Coke and you close the bottle. Well, if you can get a chance, usually just put it in, some people. But if you can't even get the chance to turn on the top to try to hold it in, it's just, as soon as that Mentos hits the soda, it just sprays, so it's like that pressure. It's that, I guess you could say that, the Mentos, look, what is this podcast anymore? I don't know. My mind is all over the place, and I don't know if this helps someone. Comment down below if this helps someone, if you like it. You know what? Like, I kind of just want to leave it, because I ramble. But anyways, I guess, yeah, I did have a method to it. Like, say your Coke is your brain, okay? And the Mentos, so depending on how, that Mentos can be that one trigger, that one last thing. And it, it hits your brain, whatever, and you just explode. Because say your brain's a Coke bottle, you have all this soda inside of you, have all this stuff that you're holding in. And just one more goes in. This rock, this big heavy thing that's just gnawing at you, just driving you crazy, or just getting to you, whatever the problem is, and and then you explode. But if you just talk about it, or talk it out, or go talk it out to yourself, like write it down, and then if you need to write it down, if you don't want to say it out loud, then you'll have to, but it's much better, sometimes, it's like, some things, yes, better to yourself, and, you don't want to make drama, but sometimes it's better to talk about it, have a little discussion, a little bit of drama, a little poquito, then go down the line, and it's this big, huge mess. So, yeah. But, and I think that's where I kind of am about, reliving past things and seeing where I was at that bad state, because it's showing me that I have things to let go of, things maybe I thought I had moved on in past, but not totally, There's a difference in kind of trying to forget, truly just forgiving and letting go. And, you know, the things, the catfish, whatever you want to call it, happened so many years ago. Really, I I got lied to, and, I was, like, involved. Like, I talked to this person, but luckily I didn't really date or nothing, like, kind of, sort of, it was as much as the other people, and so I don't have a lot of baggage. No, not baggage, that's a long word. Wasn't, I guess you could say, as involved, or, I wasn't promised of meeting this person, and, kept getting stood up and going to, plane, or train times of airports, and this and that, and they're not coming, like the other people. That wasn't me, I just talked to them, and they lied and stuff, or this person, and they lied, I wasn't constantly, like, put myself out there and going to meet this person, like, that wasn't me, and so, and I've always felt bad, like, okay, why am I the victim, or why am I, I'm so bad with words, I'm so bad with words, but, I've always thought, why do I still hold on to this? I don't know if this, maybe it's just me or something, but it's like, you hold on to things, and maybe it's like this, I guess you could say subconsciously, like, it's kind of like you have those little people, from that Pixar movie, the one that has voices in the little girl's head, but anyways, like, you have them inside your head, so it's like, there's this one, it's like, they're holding these memories, and it's like, you don't necessarily want to, anyways, what I'm trying to say is, it was always like, it was like this conflicting thing in my head, like, I want to let it go, but then, I feel like, I had this hold back, building up this wall to these other people that, now to my friends, and I'm like, I build up this wall because of things that happened to me in my past, and, it's like, I just want to let it go, so then I don't mess up and lose friends because, I can't let go of what happened in the past, but then I look back and I'm like, why can't I let it go? Why, like I said, they never promised to meet me somewhere, and I went there, and they never showed up, and I waited hours and stuff, like these other people I knew, and, that never happened, I just talked to them, and, so, by all means, I had a lot less to forgive, and I should, and, like, I am over it, but I guess what I always hold on to is just because while there wasn't that me waiting in a physical place, there was still a lot of emotional things that happened, when there was fights, when there was something. Yes, I got my. And yes, a lot of times I got in the middle, and I shouldn't have. And honestly, I should have just walked away so many times, and probably would have went a lot better for me. But I hated seeing people fight. I hated seeing one person attacked, and things get said that was turned around, or and then, like I said, they would go the way they would, and so they would fake seizures and this and that to get the fighting to stop. But I did. I was young and I was stupid, like I said. I didn't like people fighting, so I got in the middle. And it just backfired. And then it turned to me, and then so then didn't want to talk to me and all this stuff. And guess I shouldn't have gotten in the middle, but it's just, I thought I was doing the right thing by trying to, be honest and trying to talk and calm the situation, but it's like, it was stupid. And then the part, it's cut out. And they had hacked my YouTube, my very first YouTube that I made when I was like 14. Had 1,000 subs more plus, I don't know. Anyways, deleted that, and I hacked by Skype, and we're in a call and had a hippo picture, and realized that still haunts me. Like, to this day, I don't want anything to do with Skype. I've used it a couple times. It's a lot different to me now. I used it a couple times to talk to some friends, like, a couple years ago. Because Discord was weird. I don't know, we were using Skype, but I still, if I can avoid it, since those couple of years, I haven't yet to open it. There was one time I was talking just in chat, but if I can avoid it, and maybe it's one of those things of getting over it, you have to face it. But I can't get that picture of the hippo out of my head. And at the time I had my little cousin over, and I was out with my brother and his girlfriend, and at the time, now it's his wife, and my cousin, and, I got these messages, and then got home, and things were hacked, and, yeah, it's something I had to move on from, like I said, I've built up walls, but, if you can kind of figure out, hey, I thought I let this go, but, what if, like, if you're looking at something and you're like, you're looking at a situation, you realize that something in your past you hadn't let go, or you were thinking about it, you're like, I thought I moved past that, like, that's the past, it doesn't matter. There's like an underlying issue, and I don't know what it's gonna take besides just keep moving forward and working on myself and moving forward and doing what I do and pushing past and doing whatever I can to get those memories out of my head. Maybe I need to face Skype again, but it's just hard. And so I don't know, I feel like when everything came crashing down and found out the truth and everything, it was like it happened and told people about it and just kind of moved on, but never truly moved on. I don't know, I don't know how to explain it. And it's like, I thought I did. I guess I thought I did, but emotionally, mentally, whatever, it was still there. As weird as it is to say. I don't know. I don't know where this is going. I don't know what I mean. And it's kind of trailed. But like I said, just usually, you're going through a break. There's some underlying issue. And if you can find that, that's what's most important. And, like I said, I was so far down the hole to this point. I didn't realize that, that this little noise in the chair made me think that I was such a fat ass because it was making a loud noise and it wouldn't stop and it was so annoying. Could have gone, it was trail to things going on, me thinking things that were stupid, friends and stuff like that to, maybe it's because I built these walls up because things have happened in my past of being secluded, being left out of things. And it's, everyone's different, and you can't, I think that's another thing, it's like, you can't control everything, and it's like, sometimes, when you feel out of control, that's another thing, there you go, when you feel out of control, and, you can't, sometimes, just certain people, and all that, like, having that sense of not in control, just going with the flow sometimes, it's just not easy for some people, and you just want to know everything, and you just can't know everything, and I think that's my problem, just chilling out, letting go, and letting things be. Everything happens for a reason, and it's what I'm trying to tell myself right now. And then I'm strong, and I can get through this. I can do it. But, yeah. This is not where I thought this Humble Tea was exactly gonna go, but, yeah, like I said, this was a rambling mess. I'm gonna keep this. If it helps someone, I don't know, it's a mess, it's all over the place, and, yeah, but, that was that. You have the Friends. I don't know. Let me know what y'all think about the whole Friends thing I had to say. And if you have seen How I Met Your Father, let's talk about it. I will be doing a Humble Tea on it. I just, gathering everything, watching it. And I guess, because it got renewed for season 2. Yes, it got renewed for season 2. Hooray. Just kind of watch it all and then talk about it. Yeah, I'd love to hear what you all have to think, and, if you like this podcast, give it a like, wherever you watch the podcast, and tell me, whether in the comments on YouTube, I think you can comment on Spreaker. Yeah, let me know. Or tweet me, Discord me, message anywhere you can. Let me know what we should talk about next. And yeah, that is the tea for this week. Until next time. Bye, guys.